showcase the talents that you've given them. Father, we thank you for both schools represented here today and the education that they provide. And Father, we just pray that both games today be filled with sportsmanship. Lord, we just pray that in everything that occurs today, that your name would be glorified, for it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Good afternoon, Lady Raiders. Or I should say good afternoon. Welcome to Lady Raider softball here at Lady Raider Field. Once again, Shane and I were kind of doing it all up here, trying to get this game going literally with announcements and rosters and calling out for the national anthem and prayer, and we got that behind us. Scoreboard, that's correct. I do have myself, Brent Johnson, here with Shane Bennett, along with a couple kids from the high school, Dalton Allman, Solomon Tillman, as we bring to you live and on demand on the NFHS network. We glad you're joining us out there. Again, we're trying to catch our breath here as we've got this game underway. You see the ladies are warming up, getting ready, just to get this thing started. The second round of the GHSA State softball tournament, the Sweet 16. Winner today, or excuse me, the winner today after the series, I should say. The if game, doubleheader today, if game tomorrow. But the winner of this series will advance to Columbus, Georgia for the Elite Eight in the softball finals there. Double elimination tournament there. We'll talk more about that as we go along. Shane, you're going to lead us in here. Again, we'll catch our breath and fill ourselves in with some other, fill you guys in with some other information in just a few minutes.
Yeah, Lady Gamecocks into the plate first. Their center fielder, Miss Cara Canito. And again, I apologize up front if I brutalize some of these names. We weren't giving any pronunciations. Strike one there. Start first pitch of round two here in Bacon County Lady Raider Field. These two teams have a little bit of history, as in 2 years ago, 2012, Lady Raiders traveled to Screven and beat the Lady Gamecocks in 2 to advance on.
A little bit of a scouting report on these Gamecocks. They have about 4 or 5 of these hitters are going to be slap hitters. Basically what that means, it's almost like a little bunt, but they're pushing the ball in a particular direction, forcing your defense to really play well, play heads up. A lot of times it forces errors on a defense. But you notice our Lady Raiders are playing in as they practice for them this week. Got a couple ladies.
Right back to Paxson for a quick out here in top of inning one in game one.
And that's exactly the kind of defense you need to play. Just be prepared for the ball to shoot anywhere, because they've lived off this all season. They got a couple ladies that can hit with some power, but they mainly rely on their quickness on the bases as they kind of slap that ball around the infield.
And our consistent common denominator so far has been the Lady Raider defense. I mean, they have played outstanding thus far. Strike one.
Absolutely. We've only given up 1 run in the playoffs, Shane. That includes the regional playoffs.
This is
in 5 games.
Jancy Durant's Lady Gamecock shortstop. She hits it right, and she quickly gets down the line.
And
They had a shot at that, but it just a seeing-eye single there almost.
Well, that's what we're talking about with this slap hitting. It doesn't. You don't have to hit the ball very hard as long as it's in the right position. And you notice it just got right in between the first baseman and the second baseman.
Well, when you're playing up like that too, you're
you got it. Your reaction time is cut down.
Plus, you're making a lot more holes there for your infield.
16 Woods.
Paxton Sellers has been pitching lights out, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't been able to watch us come to the games or watch this ball is hit down the right field line.
Right.
And these girls are they're pushing the envelope here.
Very aggressive here in the first half of this first inning.
They have 1 out, 2 on now, second and third.
And the Lady Gamecocks into the plate. Their catcher, Miss Victoria Winters.
As I just got out of my mouth, hadn't given up more, with 1 run and 3 or 4. Here's another little slap bunch. She's going to have to check that runner.
And a good job there to get that out. So we got 2 outs in the inning now with runners. Lady Gamecocks at second and third. And the Gamecocks in to the plate. Their pitcher for game 1 is Taryn Burns, if I'm saying that correctly.
Burns.
Strike 1. Again, just an absolute beautiful day here. Lady Raider Field, just a light breeze, low 70s. You couldn't ask for a better day for softball. We've been blessed thus far in the playoffs with this good weather. Just a bit outside there for ball 1. 1-1 count now. Crowd still trickling in. Gamecock fans made a trek over. Good crowd and good show for them. Just a bit outside there for ball 2. Two on, 2 on, 2 outs. She was a little low there. It's going to be 3-1 now, the count. She walks her on 5 pitches, so with 2 outs, the Lady Gamecocks send Peyton Ward to the plate. This is their second baseman.
Number 4.
Have bases loaded.
Gamecocks put a substitution in, put Miss Whitney Gay in to run for the pitcher. Again, Brent says bases loaded, 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning of game 1. Just caught the outside edge of that. We got a little competition today, Brent. WJCL's here. News is reporting on this game.
Well, they're not live, I promise you that.
Oh, no.
This pitch
Strike
here.
2 there. Beautiful pitch. She pulled the string on that one.
Yeah, a little shout out to Dr. Lane Rickard, our superintendent, up in Athens at some a conference of some sort. She's going to have to get her priorities in order, Shane.
Yeah, I'm a little upset with her. No,
She should be watching live. Maybe she'd give me a text to prove it.
Strike 3, and the
Swing and a miss.
Raiders get out of this inning. They load the bases and are able to get out with any score. So after a half inning here at Lady Raider Field for game 1, it is 0-0. We'll be right back after a quick break.
All right, Raider Nation, we are back here in the middle of the first inning as the Lady Raiders will come to the plate, bottom of the first inning, able to get out of a little pickle there with bases loaded. Paxton was able to take care of business as she has, again, we've mentioned earlier. A little rush that first inning trying to get things together and get on the air, but we do welcome you here to Lady Raider Field, the second round of the GHSA State Tournament, Sweet 16, and we are hosting Screven County here in Game 1 of 2 today and a possible game tomorrow if we split. Lady Raiders are looking to complete a sweep here and head on our way to Columbus next week to compete for a state championship, Shane.
Ashton Kite to the plate and the lead off for the Lady Raiders. Takes strike one. Ashton, one of our Lady Raider seniors.
Yeah, I put together a little senior video before the game. We're going to run it after probably this between innings here several more times during the game. These ladies are funny. They're very they don't get too high, don't get too low, but man, they like to have a good time. We were down there. You'll see when you see the video, but it's real short. But a lot of they seem real light. They wasn't
only
real,
one
real
bashful.
Upbeat. Yeah. Screven County comes from Region 3 AA. Their overall record was 20-9.
Just inside.
Their region record was 10-4, and that includes, I'm assuming that's going to include some regional playoffs there as well, some type of regional tournament.
Well, they don't all do a regional.
Oh, they
playoff.
don't?
No.
Okay.
There's only one other region in the state, and that's up north. I couldn't tell you that right now, we're the only one, other than that one, that does that.
Up to bat, number 19.
Ashton walks and on first base now. We got Madison Mad Dog Taylor coming to the plate, another one of our Lady Raider seniors. Takes a strike right down the middle. Crowd still trickles in here. Student section is starting to fill up in the center field. Outfield area. And Maddie quickly in a hole here, 0-2. Nobody out. Lady Raider on first. Madison hits that deep left side, foul ball. High there for ball 2. Ball 1, I'm sorry. Maddie able to lay off that high ball again. Now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball hit again. Maddie getting way ahead of that one for another foul ball on that left field side. Madison, one of our down and dirty players on, I don't say dirty and playing bad, just a blue collar player on the field. You come off the field, you always see her dirty from head to toe. Strike 3 there for Madison for out 1 here.
Swing and a miss. Looks like she's giving Callie Anderson as she comes up a little bit of advice maybe there.
Yeah. Callie again coming to the plate. She's our left fielder for Lady Raider. She is another one of our seniors. First 3 so far are our seniors.
Still waiting for Callie to heat up here in the playoffs like she did last year.
Yeah, she just blew it wide open last year.
And all it takes sometimes is just one swing of the bat for her to do that, or any of them, as far as that goes.
It's very contagious. A little low there. 1-1 count now, 1 out. Ashton still hanging out over on first base. Ball's inside there for 2-1 count now. Round 2, you'll notice we have 3 officials, one behind the plate. one down right field line, one in center field. They'll shift as needed. As we go up, you'll have more officials when we get to Columbus.
This should mean they shouldn't miss a call. Is that right, Shane?
Well, that's just a better chance they will miss one.
6 eyes better than 4.
As long as they're consistent.
Yeah, that's what I always say. You can
Full count here now.
Ump can be bad or good. Just be consistent one way or the other. Pop fly.
Pop fly back to the screen, and catcher's able to get it. Get it down to second base to hold Ashton at first base. And now Lady Raiders are 2 outs. And Miss Amy Harper come to the plate. Lady Raider sophomore, and another one of those players that came alive last year in that Cook County playoff or state playoff round 2. Able to extend that out to a 3rd game with a huge hit there.
Yeah, Emmy blew our 2nd game of our series last week. Blew it open against Early County with a big home run in the 1st inning as the Lady Raiders batted around 2.5 times almost in that 1st inning. So she does have some pop in her bat, despite her size.
This is a definitely different team than we played last week. And the speed that you already see, we've already seen this first half inning. There's a lot more speed out there, a lot more aggressive. What we saw in the whole series last time. And he takes this one deep to left field. Foul territory, but the left fielder for the Lady Gamecocks comes up with a catch. So after 1 complete is your Lady Raiders 0, Lady Gamecocks of Screven 0. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
During this break, enjoy just a quick introduction to some of the seniors, or of all the seniors that are on our team. All right, we're back here, top half of the 2nd inning. Lady Raider Field, no score. I do want to definitely give a shout out to Wilcox Communications for providing the wireless access to broadcast this event live, hopefully smoothly. Those of you who are at home or abroad, and later on demand. So thank Chris Wilcox. Go by and see him over at Wilcox Communications.
Lady Gamecocks send their designated player to the plate, Maggie Hafer. She takes the ball down the left field side. It's going to be out of play for strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Count now 1-2. Sharp hit ball off the screen back here behind us. Down right field side.
Sound like a bell went off there, Shane. It's one of them things you bet you can't do that twice.
You know, the games we played here, I think that's the first ball off that pole. Sharp hit ball down that same area, but And just a long strike is all that was.
Well, we talked about this new field and how impressive it is, and it really is. One of the biggest differences is the foul territory. Almost double the foul territory that we had in the previous field, which is an advantage or a disadvantage depending on which side of the ball you're on.
Swing and a miss. We're out one. Yeah, and one of the things somebody may ask is, they put us on, they got softballs on the first base side, baseballs on the third base side. That's so that both home side is to share the facilities down that right field side for softball.
Right, it'll be a little different for baseball because of the home dugout being on the third base side versus first.
Softball on our side, at least, looking straight into the sun. Slap bunt down that right or third base side, and she gets her there.
Great play by our
Out
third
two.
baseman. I talked to Ashton earlier. I believe I don't have the books on it to prove it statistically, but I believe she's made the most outs of any of the Lady Raiders, at least in the last since the region tournament and through the state playoffs here. She gets a lot of action there on third base. She does a great
job.
job.
The other day in that last, I think she had about 3 or 4 in a row. Plate umpire asked for a little help from third base line, and that's one advantage you have with 3 officials. That normally would not have been even asked with your official standing back behind shortstop, or behind second base. Allie Bazemore, this is the Lady Gamecocks right fielder, and she has put
Burnt
the ball.
the right fielder. It's going to be a close play at third.
And she's in there for a triple. Called a right fielder a little off guard there.
Well, I think it caught our whole defense as everyone's playing in for that little slap bunt, and and she just put a swing on that one.
Well, that's one of the things you got to look for with that, because and then two, just because you're slap butting from that right side does not mean, or left side does not mean you're a left-handed batter. So some of these kids or girls may be a true left-handed hitter and can have a little power from that side. Just outside for ball one.
Crowd trickling in now. The game time today was 4:30 instead of 5, and probably be about between 5 and 5:30 for the larger crowd comes after work.
That ball is going to fall foul. So 1-1 count now. 2 outs. Lady Gamecock standing there on third base.
Paxton needs to do a good job here keeping in and out. Said a little squirter to one of these up ladies.
So 2-2 count now. Got some deuces going on here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Second inning. Hit right. Oh, just off the glove.
And everybody's safe.
Maddie there.
Again, it's one of those plays where, they're playing up, and that ball was hit very high, hit the tip top of her glove. Would have been a great play if she'd been able to make it.
A base hit, not an error. That was a good hit. Good play on the ball with Maddie, but she was just out of her reach. So Lady Gamecocks hit first here. Oh, slid past the bag, and they called her out on the come back to the bag there for out 3. Again, these Lady Gamecocks are playing very aggressively, not hanging around waiting to see what's going to happen. So after 1.5, we got your Lady Gamecocks 1. Your Lady Raiders coming to bat here in the bottom half of the second inning 0. We'll be right back after a quick break.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
and the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Bennett and Johnson Insurance Agency in Alma is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
All right, welcome back to the Lady Raider field. We're going to move to the bottom half of the second inning. Lady Raiders trail 1-0 as they have matched the total that they've given up in the last 6 games.
If I'd have to go back and look, I don't know that they've been behind yet in this, even back to the, state round playoffs. Region, I know we were, but.
Got number 4 here, Lewis, to the plate. We was talking earlier that we see how much more, it seems like just more aggressively these young ladies for Screven County are playing and are coached on the bases.
They got a little chip on their shoulder. We went to their house 2 years ago and knocked them out in 2. So they going to try to do that here. We hope to spoil that dream for them. Quickly 0-2 now on Abby. Abby reaches out and grabs that one, and she's going to be out by the shortstop. A small pop there. So 1 out now. And Paxton Sellers, your Lady Raider pitcher, coming to the plate. Ball 2, 2-0 count now. Called strike on that inside corner.
Shane, we got some construction work going on over in right field once again.
Yeah, I'm wishing they could put that on hold for a little bit.
I don't know, the pitcher's not doing anything real fancy, but our girls are having a difficult time picking up on it.
Well, they went from last week. Again, we talked about that. The pitcher they had there was a little bit slower, and now they're going to a pitcher that's the velocity's picked up a good bit. So going back and forth, these Lady Raiders have got to fight through this, keep that momentum going that they've had. They're just not used to being in this situation right now, being down 1-0 here.
Sydney Sweat comes to the plate. Scooter, as she's commonly called. Got a little breeze blowing in from right field.
There was last week, it was Scoot that got the rallies going. Some of her hits. Dribble this right back to the shortstop right over second base for out 3. So after 2 complete, it is your Lady Raiders 0, Lady Gamecocks of Screven County 1. We will take a quick break and be right back.
All right, Raider Nation, we are back here in the top of the third inning. Lady Raiders trail 1-0. Jancy Durrance to the plate for the Gamecocks. And Shane mentioned a few years ago we went up, knocked them out of the playoffs in their own turf. We went up a few years back with a football team, and they thumped us pretty good. So
about that.
we could get some paybacks as well here for that. May have an opportunity to see Screven County again in the playoffs this year, football-wise.
Just an update, if you have not heard, Bacon County won Friday night 40-14 over Jeff Davis.
What was that, Shane?
40-14 over Jeff Davis County.
Is that the Yellow Jackets?
I don't know. It's Jeff Davis.
Okay.
40-14.
Yeah, Raiders will travel to Vidalia, Georgia, this Friday night to actually play for a first place in the region. Vidalia knocked off Benedictine 35-28 last Friday. Ball was hit sharply down the right field line, keeping the count 2-2. And
yeah, that'll be a juggernaut in that. If we do, then it comes down to Region 2A teams played and scores allowed or given, and it's
it's your whole region schedule. Is that correct?
What?
Or any AA teams you play? Any AA teams you play?
Yeah, and we right now, so see, we didn't play any other AA teams other than our region. We didn't play any, so that will hurt us in the fact if we were to be able to beat Vidalia and win out. The fact that we played 4A teams, 3A teams, 2A teams, and single A teams before region play started. So,
and I guess that would give Vidalia the edge because Benedictine has a AA loss outside of our region to GAC.
Swing and a miss there for out one.
Nonetheless, if we win, Shane, that
yeah.
pretty much, well, not necessarily. It doesn't guarantee us sole possession of second seed and a home field advantage, a home field game in the first round, but it sets us up for it.
Yeah, Paxton hits. Paxton arguing that the batter did not make an attempt.
Or I'm not sure about an attempt, but because I know they can stand there and take it. But I know they're asking if, I'm not sure.
He's asking if she made the attempt, and he's saying down first baseline that basically she's safe. She did not do anything.
Not so much the attempt as if maybe she got in the way for the ball to hit her.
That ball hit off her again. That should be an out. That ball hit off of her. I don't think anybody caught that.
I'm going to holler down there and tell somebody. Somebody needs to ask for some help. I don't think either of our coaches didn't see it.
Yeah, it hit off her arm. We're not yet able to do that in this press box, but if we look back and see that that hit off her arm as she went down that first base line. So Lady Gamecocks now, first and third, one out. And assuming Lady Raiders here will take let her get to second base. The Gamecock's going to try to draw her over, or draw the throw. Swing and a miss. Going to gets it down to third base, but Lady Gamecock runner gets back. So now it's second and third with one out. Nope.
Well, yeah.
Strike two, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now Paxton can really concentrate on the batter here. It's a big out right here. If she can somehow strike her out.
And again, our infield's playing up, so you got to watch for that sharp hit ball.
Another good stop by our catcher. And we hadn't yet commented on Miss Polk. She's done a tremendous job this year fielding the ball behind the plate.
Outside and high for
Well,
a ball there. Ball
a
three,
walk
full
here
count.
wouldn't be an end-all, be-all. Basically, it gives us a force out at any base, especially with one out. Gives a chance to come home with it. And a swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss there. We'll take that. Miss Peyton Ward, the Lady Gamecocks' second baseman now. Come to the plate with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Let's see if Paxton can pitch her way out of this again as she did in that first inning. Just a bit outside and low. So far, we've not seen that signature defense that we've seen in the other 3 games.
Well,
2 games in the playoff anyway.
This style of offense, Shane, lends itself to make a defense really put pressure on themselves. You'd almost rather have a team that hits the ball hard somewhere versus swings the bat versus this slapping stuff.
Well, this is where fundamentals and discipline come in. You've got to be able to discipline and think where you're going with that ball before it's ever hit off the bat and know what you're doing, so there's no confusion. The ball's thrown where it needs to be thrown, not thrown around the field a bunch. 2-1 now, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. I know it's early, but this is a big inning to get this out here. It's a little bit low, he's saying. 3-1 count now. Again, we have somewhere to put her, so don't give anything up here crazy. Slap down that left field side for another foul ball. 3-2 count, 2 outs, again 2 on. So bases loaded now for Lady Gamecocks, and we got Maggie Hafer, our designated player.
Don't ever say anything to me about my spitting and spurting up here.
Well, I'm not picking up trash on side now.
But we will be next week, hopefully.
Yes.
In Columbus. We got to get a couple runs here, but we'll see.
Ball's hit down that right field side, just into the dugout of the Lady Raiders.
Got a few more fans filing in here. A lot of people, again, this is a great venue. All of them just stand back here right behind home plate because we're up above the field level about 3-4 feet. Chairs were out here about 2 o'clock this afternoon already by a lot of the parents, grandparents.
Just the architecture of this field where you're looking down on the field, kind of even sitting at the screen. You're not strike 2 there. Good pitch by Paxton.
I tell you what, that was the swing of like that. I think we get another pitch in that lower right corner. We may get out of this inning unscathed. We'll see here. What a pitch. They know where to go. She's out. And Paxton gets out of the jam as the Lady Raiders, although they trail 1-0, they were
could be a lot worse.
That's the second inning with bases loaded, Shane, and no runs scored when the bases were loaded. So we look to move to the bottom half of the third for the Lady Raiders. Get things going here on offense. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, we're back here. Bottom half of the third inning, Lady Raider Field. We trail 1-0. Good guys, as our football commentators say. Good guys trail here. Number 3, Marley Clements, comes to the plate for the Lady Raiders. Once again, my name's Brent Johnson, along here with Shane Bennett. Having a little audio technical difficulty here at the field. Shane's working on that. He'll be back here with us in just a moment, but I do want to introduce a couple guys here helping us real quick. Let's get this first pitch. And it's going to hit batsman. Marley's going to take first base. Maybe the Lady Raiders get something going here. McClellan to the plate. Right fielder, junior for the Lady Raiders. And she attempts a bunt there to push the runner. A little small ball here by the Raiders. Once again, I'm Brent Johnson here with Shane Bennett. Dalton Almond he was on the camera, but again, we had to make some adjustments. He's running the scoreboard for us here today. Caleb Stevens on the camera, Solomon Tillman on the computer. There's the bunt, going to lay it down, and we're going to have an error, and she's going to slide in safe at third, safe at second, giving a little taste of their own medicine here.
Just great base running by Lady Raiders there.
Well, good coaching. Stephen, he saw it all along. He was calling, and what's important is she was most important with base runners. We touched on it last week, Shane, is keeping your eye on the coaches and making sure you're watching them instead of getting caught up in the game itself. And that's what we were able to do with no outs here. We're back to the top of the lineup. Ashton Kite brings her pipes to the plate. She likes to show off those guns. She folds her her shirt up. But we are BCTV Productions, part of the Engineering and Technology Department here at Bacon County High School.
Just a bit inside there on Ashton. Go ahead, give them the roll.
We are broadcasting live or on demand on the NFHS network, powered by Play On Sports and brought to you, most importantly, by BCTV Productions.
I get misty eyed every time you say that. She caught the outside corner there for strike one.
We definitely want to thank Dr. Ryan Gravitt, our principal, and assistant principal, Dr. Darrell Ellis, for giving us the opportunity to do this for.
A little low there for ball 3.
Do this for our community and our school. Being able to watch something live like this from your home or abroad, such as our superintendent, Dr. Lane Rickert, who is watching from Athens, Georgia.
Ball 4 there. And I can tell you personally, when militarily, when I had to be away, it was great to be able to watch these games, a little bit of home. When you're not home, it gives you that little bit of feeling, that you're home. Mad Dog Madison Taylor come to the plate now.
And we yapping away here. We have bases loaded, Shane, with no outs here in the bottom of the third inning.
Get a great crowd still trickling in here. Maybe try to get there'll be a shot of that in between innings. Madison foul ball back, right there at the plate. So out one here. Lady Raiders still have bases loaded. Callie Anderson coming to the plate.
Once again, a great crowd here. We'll pan over here and get a crowd of the away side. And can't quite go to the home side all the way. We got a window frame here in the way, but
Callie going to dribble it back to the. She's safe there.
Save it home.
With a great slide.
What a play by number 3, Marley Clements.
Marley, one of our sophomore players, as a sophomore, Emmy Harper comes to the plate.
Again, we're kind of scrambling around, have some audio difficulty outside in the field area we're trying to work on, as well as call the game, cue the scoreboard. And bases loaded, 1 out, but we do have a run home as this game is tied. Emmy Harper to the plate. Notice her dad is in the crowd here today. He had to miss last week. I think he was at the Expo working a little bit. Missed the home run Emmy had in the first inning. 3-run shot of last week.
3-0 count now. Base is still loaded with Lady Raiders. Pretty pitch there by Lady Gamecock. Pitcher. Student section filling up in the outfield again today.
The way the wind's blowing, she's going to have to really get into it like that one in the gap. And that ball may be out of here.
That's
for
not
a grand
gapper.
slammer. Holy smokes.
Emmy Harper.
I tell you, I just called it, and I see her dad down there pumping his fist a little bit. And wow, what a shot.
One of the smallest ones on the team, but got the biggest bats here.
And, you know, I just got in the mouth about the wind. She was really going to have to get into it, and she did. It was almost a line drive.
Yeah, the wind's blowing from left to right field, and it was just the wind wasn't going to stop that ball. That was a direct shot there.
Wow. 5-1
So just
suddenly.
like that, your Lady Raiders are up by 4, and Mom and Dad are doing the happy dance down there.
Hey, another highlight. I tell you what, that might get her on the highlights of the official NFHS website. I'm sure we're going to send it in.
And just FYI, we've got a top 3 this week that you put out to our. I guess you put it out to.
I sent it to
district
them,
and all.
to the state level, but it's. Hold on, let's get this pitch, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Big cut by Lewis. Devontae Batten had a 100-yard pick six last week. We got that highlight in. Ball's going to be popped to the shortstop.
Lazy fly ball there to shortstop for out number 2 here.
And actually, Shane, they had already, when I forwarded 3 highlights from last week's game, and the guy responded rather quickly and said, hey, this one's already been selected as a top 3 in the southeastern region. That's southeastern United States. So
right, not just Georgia.
Yeah, there was a couple on there from Manatee, Florida, or one from Manatee, Florida, and other. I think it was two or 3 out of the 5 from Georgia. But what a play that was for him. Had a couple big plays that game.
And we
kickoff return.
We just missed that same play the week before. Him and Tron get a little tied up there in the north end zone, and almost had the same thing happen. And that was a game changer at that point.
Yeah, that really took the air out of JD. Who was that?
I don't remember. I don't even remember who we were playing now.
40 to what?
But right now, in this present time, it is your Lady Raiders 5, Lady Gamecocks of Screven 1. Sophomore Emmy Harper taking them downtown left field, and just a shot right there.
And it was directly into the wind. I don't want to understate that. The way that flag is blowing,
foul ball back
it was
screen.
Directly into the wind, into left center. I knew it was at least a gap shot, a double. That ball just stayed in the air over the fence. An awesome experience for her and her family and these fans and this team.
Ball 4 here.
Paxton Sellers draws a walk to help herself here.
Coach Tyre will call time, and so will the Lady Gamecock coach, and get a pinch runner in for her, which will be
Number 2, Sydney Sweat.
can't see a number here.
Looks like Mackenzie Wade.
No.
Nope, that's Haley
Whitley.
Yep,
I see there now.
That's correct. Let's see the color of the hair. Very tall young lady I think she's a freshman. Played quite a bit of defense for us, the shortstop, most of the season, or a good bit of the season.
Yeah, she is one of our good players coming up.
That's right.
She's a real deal.
You know, we've talked about the amount of seniors we have. I think there's 7 total, 8 total that contribute, if not full-time. They're coming in and out.
Scooch takes this one, just a fly ball there to short center.
That's going to end the inning. Nonetheless, Shane, what we do here?
I think we got a grand slam that took us up to a 4-run lead. So your Lady Raiders now 5, Lady Gamecocks of Screven County 1. So after 3 complete, we'll take a quick break and come right back for inning 4.
We're going to show you the seniors again, a little video we had earlier during the break. Let's enjoy this. All right, we're back here. Lady Raider Field, 5-1. Your good guys up now versus
Good gals.
good
Brent.
gals. I'm sorry, I'm getting the PC right. 5-1, top of the 4th inning. Let's see if we can't come out and anytime you score a bunch of runs, Shane, the best thing you can do is come out and shut them down that next inning, 3 up, 3 down, or just keep them from scoring to gather any kind of momentum. Screven County Gamecocks. What a play.
She's safe at first base, yeah. She got
close
down that line pretty quick there, and Ashton bobbled a little bit. And you're not going to be able to do that with this Gamecock team. They are very quick to the ball, very quick down the line, and again, very aggressive. So you got Lady Gamecock, their right fielder, Miss Allie Bazemore to the plate. She shows slap bunt, or tries to slap bunt.
They're back to work on this little small ball that they play. And it's effective. Again, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense and the infield particularly. But then they know they can reach back and put a little mustard on it and burn our outfielders if we're not careful, like they did in that inning they scored the 1 run. Again, Paxton Sellers on the mound for the Lady Raiders, giving up only the 2nd run in, I believe, 7 games we played here in postseason play, including region tournament. 6 games. Ball was hit to the second baseman. She can't gather herself. It's going to be
She's going to try to make
a good no throw.
ball just gets away from Mark there at second base, trying to get it out in a hurry and get it over to first base.
Probably should have eat that ball instead of trying to flip it over. Just a tough play. She was playing back on that occasion. Unfortunately, it'll be probably scored an error.
Again, just about like every other inning in this game thus far, Lady Gamecocks have put the pressure on us with putting runners in scoring positions.
I feel a little better that it's
5-1.
5-1 instead of 1-0
yeah.
again. You know, not that that by no means is that.
Well, just the whole temperament changes when you got that lead. You got a little bit more swagger about you, for a little less pressure on you at that time.
pulling up here. Going to see what kind of runs this team averaged. Looks like, Shane, they only averaged about, well, I say only, they averaged about 7 runs a game, and their high scores were 11 and 12 runs. Scored 10 runs a couple times, 13 I see here, but it looks like on average they scored about 7 to 8 runs, and this is their complete schedule, not just their region schedule. And we faced the Early County team that averaged about 13 runs a game.
Well, and then JD, all these teams we played thus far, region play and playoffs, have had higher average run per game, but this pitching has just shut them down.
Well, we truly believe that we are playing in possibly the most competitive softball region in AA. With Jeff Davis, I don't. It's just hard for me to believe that there's another team as complete, any more complete a team as Jeff Davis is, from top to bottom, defensively, offensively, pitching throughout the state as they are, and we were able to defeat them 2 out of 3 games.
Not sure what Coach Tyre went across the field for there. I think some logistics on the field there to unlock a gate or lock a gate. Not real sure. And Lady Gamecock sent Whitney Gay to the plate. She's actually a sub. That has been pulled in, and with the sub rules and the substitution rules for softball, it takes a mathematician to keep up with it.
Ball is hit into the hole, but she's going to be thrown out at first base. Another play at home, and she's going to be out. What a play defensively. What a play. Being heads-up alert there by our first baseman as she makes the play from a, I don't know, call the numbers out there,
yeah,
Shane.
That's a 9-3-2 assist. That was a great, double play. That was just a great, I thought we had one out, so I thought it got in, and I think everybody else did too.
Yeah, they run over and kind of huddle there. But that's what it takes right there.
Defense. And we did give up the run, but we got 2 outs. And, again, you can't take anything from the Lady Gamecocks in their play right there. Coachers playing aggressive. No, they got to get some runs when they got them on. And I would, I know if he had to do it, I would do probably the same thing.
Absolutely. That was just you talk about a bang-bang play. It was just a heads-up play by her. If the defense hadn't have played it as well as they did, she would have been safe.
And as a coach, you're thinking that both those have to be perfect, and in this case they were. And that was the difference in the getting the double play and not.
Well, now it gives Paxton an opportunity with 2 outs to kind of go after this hitter. Not a lot of pressure out and about on the field and on the base pass. Ball is ripped.
And really pulling that ball. Yeah, she called her out. She stepped way out of the box on that and on the plate.
Okay, she's going to be called out.
Yeah, umpire demonstrating exactly what she did, and she was way around it. I didn't think about it at the time, but that's exactly what coach is doing. Patting him on the back, saying you're right.
That's what you like to see.
Sportsmanship on both sides, and it's easy for us to say because it was not against us, but I hope we would do, and we have in the past shown that same kind of sportsmanship on both sides. All right, folks, that's the end of the top half of the 4th inning with your Lady Raiders still up 5-2. We're going to take a quick break, come back for the bottom half 4th inning.
All right, we're back a little tardy on this inning as the Lady Raiders come back to the plate leading 5-2 after a grand salami in the fourth inning. Excuse me, bottom of the third inning by Amy Harper. Number 3 comes to the plate for the Lady Raiders. I believe that's
Marley Clements. Yeah, another sophomore. Blooper back here to the right side, foul. Shadows start to creep across the infield. There's 5:30.
9 outs away from the
Foul down that left field side this time. Bit low there. Ball 2. 2-2
Shane,
count.
you placed our dinner order yet?
Yes. No. Will you sit above this?
Speak of the devil.
Again, folks still trickling in here. It's
We'll do something. Hey, we'll get something for them a little bit later.
Everybody's knocking off work. Being able to get up here and support these Lady Raiders. Another good crowd.
Hannah McClellan now, your right fielder, at the plate. Foul back to the screen. 1-1 count now. Right back at us.
I think if it had bounced, Shane, I might could have caught it. If he'd let it bounce.
You should have dove for it.
Yeah. Out of a second-story window. Appreciate it, buddy.
Ooh. Just off the butt of the bat there. I can tell you when the sun goes down, it's going to get cool out here. Strike 3 on Hannah, out number 1 or 2 in the inning.
Definitely is. I see some football players walking around here. Darrell Green, quarterback slash wide receiver slash running back slash
fashion extraordinaire.
Yeah, he's something else. He's a sport. Got our tailgaters in the outfield. We'll get a shot of them here between innings. Zoom in out there on them, and so their mom and dads can identify them.
Yeah, so moms and dad, if you don't know where your kids are, they're probably in center field.
Another great defensive play
Third
there
base
by
out.
Yep, Lady Gamecocks here as they end the bottom half of the fourth inning. We're going to move to the top of the fifth. It's okay for this game to speed up now, Shane.
Yeah.
We can get like I said, we're 9 outs away from winning game 1. Game 2 will start approximately 20-25 minutes following, hopefully around 6:30, quarter to 7-ish. Second game, and the F game is tomorrow at 4:30 if we were to split this evening, but we're hoping to sweep today so we can move on to Columbus next week and the Elite 8 as we are battling in the Sweet 16 against the Screven County Gamecocks. Your Lady Raiders lead 5-2. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, we're back. Top of the 5th inning, Gamecocks to the plate. Lady Raiders trying to defend this 5-2 lead here as this ball is seeing eye single out to left field. Callie Anderson gathers it up, throws it to Marley at second, holding the runner to a long single there. Ball is hit to Marley at second. Quickly to second. We're going to try to scoop this up. Attempted a double play, which are actually pretty rare in softball simply because the bases are so close together. You really have to have a combination of a couple things. You have to have a hard hit ball and a slow runner to basically pull that off effectively in ladies softball. It's like
Stephen questioning whether I think, if I'm reading Stephen correctly, if there was interference by the runner to cause that errant throw. And Stephen is one to check things out if it anywhere possible. I'm assuming the umpire said, Stephen, go back to the dugout. That's incorrect.
Yeah.
But you gotta try.
I like Stephen. He makes himself present. He makes himself known. He does that quite often.
Yeah, well, in the girls, from their standpoint, it lets them know he's behind them 100%. And he's going to do whatever he can to back them up. And another, not comparing him at all to this, but Bobby Cox, I used to love to watch him manage because he always stayed right on top of what was going on in the field, and he backed his players up 100%. Whether it meant he left the major leagues as he was the most thrown out manager of all time. But
Taryn Burns to the plate now for the Gamecocks.
Their pitcher.
With one out, 1-1-1 across the board there.
Caught that outside corner there for strike 2.
This ball is going to be lifted into right field. Just a clean base hit there.
They've wore out that one spot right there as far in this game.
They sure have. I'm still contemplating that big home run Emmy had, hitting it back into the wind. That was pretty impressive with conditions and all.
Lady Gamecocks second baseman Peyton Ward up to the plate. Tries a bunt there. We're going to get her out at first base for 2 outs now. Lady Gamecocks, a little something brewing here, and again in the top half of the 5th inning with runners at second and third and 2 outs.
I tell you, it's still, hopefully, again, I don't want to think too far ahead, but if our Lady Raiders are able to advance, this is really good for them. There's no telling what we'll see next week. Typically in the first round, a couple times we've been Shane to broadcast from Columbus. We've faced some teams from the north. I believe Heard County one year and Wesleyan the other, which both teams had similar styles. They had a lot of power. We didn't see much slap hitting. The last slap hitting team we played was last year, I believe Monticello.
The Gamecocks changing up the lineup. Coach changing the lineup a little bit there. He's moving his flex up to bat for the DP now. Just going to try to do whatever he can to get these runs across the plate. Catches the outside corner there for strike 1. Gigi Beasley is the flex playing first base. Guess he's thinking he's got a better hitter in her, trying to move her up a little bit. Paxton staying outside there. Inside now. Oh, called a strike.
Yeah, she was set up inside. I think if she had to reach across.
She hit the mid. We'll take it.
He's calling that outside pitch. It's about a ball off the plate almost for both pitchers.
And again, like last week, he's consistently staying there. That inside pitch there was, I mean, not that one before was just caught me a little off guard as she had to reach across. But again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on second and third now. Swing and a miss. I don't know what she was thinking there.
Well, when she
Get her at first base and we're out the inning.
yeah.
Paxton ran towards home to cover, and I think that kind of confused.
It confused the catcher. A little mix up there on the. You're right. How many outs? With 2 outs, so she could have fired down to first.
Yeah. So Paxton gets the strikeout, but does not get credit for it in the form of a pass ball. And we're going to hopefully get out of this right here with a pop up to Marley Clements for out 3. So again, the Lady Gamecocks of Screven County, they threaten with bases loaded and to come away with none there. So after 4.5, it is your Lady Raiders 5, or 5.5, no, 4.5, and your Screven County Lady Gamecocks 2. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
All right, bottom half of the 5th inning. Again, Lady Raiders lead 5-2. Madison Taylor to the plate.
2014 homecoming queen.
She's kind of like one of those prize fighters that has all the nicknames when they come into the ring. Mad Dog, Maddie,
Black Sox,
HC. She struggled at the plate tonight. However, she struck out and popped up. She's looking, as we talked about, Callie Anderson on deck, trying to heat up here in the playoffs. She did as well at Cook County last year. We were unable to get past Cook in that Sweet 16, but she kind of come alive then. The ball is ripped past the third baseman.
Breaks out of that slump. And
maybe I just need to talk about what I want them to do, because I basically called that home run earlier. So let's see, Callie. She's due for a.
Well, she's well due.
She's due for a double off the fence. If she'll be patient here. Callie will be known as the first person to hit a home run in this brand new ballpark. Nearly dead center, just right of the pickup trucks out there.
Again, these girls changing hair color, you can usually tell sometimes by who they are by the ponytail hanging out, and they change the color of the hair, you can't tell.
I told her that the other day. I said, we had trouble identifying you. We sure had to look at your number. She said, I know. You talk about country.
And like I tell my daughter, be proud of it. I think that's a good trait.
It is.
Because if you go to Southern Iraq, they talk funny there too.
What a play. This ball is going into right field.
And then,
we're going to Callie, weren't you paying attention there, sweetheart? But she
I think the coach held her up.
Coach held her up there. Okay. First and third, no outs. And look who's back up to the plate. I bet you they
Give me a
won't.
long ball Harper.
They probably will not. I can't imagine them giving anything a hit here with a base open, even with no outs. Again, in a situation like this, you have it just gives you a forced play at every base. But who knows? Maybe she'll make a mistake, and Emmy will make them pay.
Again, talking about our nicknames, look down third base. You got Masson down there. She's already dirty from hitting stuff.
And he said that earlier. He's just she just kind of blue collar, does whatever.
Got some speed over there on first base in Callie. I'm not going to put anything close here probably for Emmy, but yes, puts it right there too.
And this ball is going to be off of the third baseman.
And Masson's going to score from third. Your Lady Raiders go up 6-2 here now in the bottom half of the fifth inning with still nobody out. Runners at first and second. And
I don't know if I can't score that an error. That was a pretty sharply hit ball down that third base line. I don't know. That's just one of them if call. What you say? Off her glove?
I think I'd score that an error just for something like she should have made a play on that. Abby Lewis now up to the plate. Again, Abby's another one that can take the ball deep in a hurry. Folks ducking and jumping and running there. Not sure why they call it a soft ball because I've been hitting the head before.
Yeah, I saw some. Speaking of Callie Anderson, she was hit by a pitch in a Long County series, and the next day at school, she's in my third block, and she showed me her arm. She couldn't hardly bend her elbow, and the laces was still implanted firmly in her inside of her backside of her elbow there.
That's what you call a sports tattoo.
All right, Lady Raiders lead now 6-2, no outs. Runners at first and second. Lewis lifts one to the shortstop.
2 outs now.
Any additional runs here is going to help pad this lead.
Right down the heart of the plate. For strike one to Paxton Sellers, Lady Raider pitcher.
Ball is going to be bunted to the left side of the field.
2 outs now.
We were just anticipating that. Runners at second and third. Sweat comes to the plate. She had some really big hits last week, and a lot of our Lady Raiders did. And I say that because she typically doesn't hit the ball with as much power as she did last week. Had a really great game defensively as well. Just we got a pretty solid team here, top to bottom.
Yeah.
This ball there again.
That's a solid hit. That's going all the way to the fence. The center fielder just misses it. We'll score that an error as well, but so that'll be a double and score a extra base with an error to Sydney Sweat, and your Lady Raiders now up 8-2.
Again, we were just saying how solid we've been, and that's what gives me a lot of confidence. If we can move on to Columbus, we got a really good chance of making a deep run, if not definitely competing for a state championship next week.
Ooh.
If we can get there. And that's going to end the inning for the Gamecocks. So the Lady Raiders score 3 more, and the score is 8-2 as we move to the top of the 6th inning. And
6 more outs.
Yeah, that's it. 6 more outs. We're going to take a short break. We're going to run that senior video for those of you who hadn't seen it yet. Introduce them to you, and we'll be back in just a moment.
All right, top half of the 6th inning here. The Lady Gamecocks at the plate. Again, Allie Bazemore, the Lady Gamecock right fielder, will walk or gain a walk and get to first base here now in the top half of the 6th inning. And Miss Whitney Gay, sub, number 13. And again, as our calling card, Paxton seems to be getting a little bit stronger and more intense. Quickly 0-2 count now on Miss Bazemore. I'm sorry, Miss Gay. Swing and a miss for out number 1 here in the top half of the 6th inning. Again, we're dealing with some technical difficulties up here in the press box with the audio system here locally. Quick hit down, Miss Clements over to first base for a 4-3 put out, and that was a quick bang bang play there. Number 16, Miss Rebecca Woods.
No, that's.
Ball dribbled down to Ashton there on third, and she gets it quickly over to Abby Lewis for third out of the inning. So after 5.5 innings, it is still your Lady Raiders 8 and the Lady Gamecocks of Screven County 2. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, folks. All right, folks, we're going in here to the bottom half of the 6th inning, and 3 more outs, and your Lady Raiders will have game 1, and halfway to Columbus, if we can take game 1 here. Mariah Holton to the plate, number 24. Sophomore, Lady Raider. Just caught the outside edge for a 1-1 count now. The shadows creep across playing field a little bit further. 2-1 count now. Fans looking up as the drone goes up to take pictures of the game.
Yeah, I've trained quite a few kids now to be able to operate the thing. I just don't want it to be a distraction to the players on the field. It kind of sounds like a bee's nest or bees buzzing around. as we take it up and get some really cool pictures of the area, sporting event, whatever.
The Masons down there laying brick in the middle of the game.
Something about Mr. Williams there. He just looks like a movie star. I don't know if it's the scruff beard and that's Amanda Williams, our guidance counselor, and her husband. And his first name fails me. I'm going to admit it.
It's Mr.
They have one of the newest Raiders to the Raider family as they've.
Foul ball back to the screen down his right field side.
She just returned from maternity leave.
The smells, they are killing me coming up from the concession stand there with fries and burgers and such.
And she asked a while ago if we wanted something to drink. I said, sure, and I ain't seen nothing else of her. Miss Harper takes care of us, myself and our crew up here.
And Mariah getting everything she can out this at bat.
And great defensive play. Nonetheless, very good
at bat
effort by Mariah. Again, any runs here just helps. So with a 6-run lead, however, I'm anxious to get to the top of the 7th, and let's get 3 more outs and get this thing out of the way.
Again, the first baseman, the way that ball was hit to left field. It sounded like it was a lot.
Sounded like a bomb. I ain't gonna lie, but it didn't come off the bat like it sounded. Long out there. As Madison Taylor returns to the plate, she is 1 for 3 on the evening. Had a strikeout, a pop fly, and a base hit to left field. Her last at bat.
She had a rope there to left field to break out of her slump, did Madison.
A couple football coaches here as well. Defense coordinator Kyle Langford just walked by with his young son James.
Yeah, the Coach Wilson, Coach Williams here.
I haven't seen
just a little tap.
Coach Kynard. He's usually here as well with his young family.
His wife I saw come in a while ago with their son, which is hopefully a future Raider. He grows to be as big as his daddy.
Wow, he'd be the biggest player ever in Bacon County.
Biggest cleats I know. His dad wears
14,
15 or something like that.
The ball is ripped down the left field line.
They're listed on the Georgia Emergency as a fallout shelter location.
Do want to thank once again Chris Wilcox at Wilcox Communication for providing.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, Verizon wireless connection, providing this hopefully a smooth stream, regardless of where you're at home or abroad, for the live feed of this game. That's going to be the third out of the inning.
A lot closer than it should have been. Masson hustling down the line there. But your Lady Raiders are still up by 6 going into the top half of the 7th inning with 3 outs remaining between them and game 1. We'll take a quick break and we'll come in for top half of the 7th inning, hopefully the ending of game 1. We'll be right back.
All right, we're back here, top of the 7th inning. Hopefully the final half of this game here, as the Lady Raiders can get 3 up, well, not 3 up, 3 down, but just 3 outs before they outscore us here, Shane, as we lead 8-2. And we can move quickly into the second game as we get game 1 behind us in this best-of-3 series.
Lady Raiders will be visitor in that second game, which is a little confusing for folks if you're not used to that.
And we are in the second round of the GHSA State Softball Tournament.
Sweet 16.
Hoping to advance next week to the Elite 8 in Columbus, where that will be decided over a 3-day period. Next Thursday, Friday, and the final, semifinal and final will be on Saturday. We will be broadcasting live from Columbus
On the
NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports, brought to you by BCTV Production.
I'm telling you, man, it just makes me cry. Outside for ball 3 here. We don't want to give them any hope here in this top half of the 7th inning. Fouled back here to the. Ooh. Got a couple students in another world there, like the guy hit on top of the head.
If I hollered, it would have busted some eardrums on the. I saw it coming. Ryan Taylor, a student, golfer for the Red Raiders. Another fly ball that's going to stay in the park.
And a good catch there by Abby Lewis right there on the on-deck circle for the Lady Raiders. So out 1 here, 2 more to go here in game 1. The Lady Gamecocks in their pitcher to the plate now.
And how important is game 1, getting that under your belt?
Yeah, just that whole
pressure, because, of having to, if you take this game and if something happens and you cannot take care of business in the second game, you have a second chance otherwise.
Well, the whole mindset for Lady Gamecocks, when we went up there and took them out in 2, they got to come down here thinking they want to do – we do that, we break their hopes there, and they're going to start doubting their ability. So I just think we needed game 1 desperately.
Well, it looked like earlier when Sweat hit that ball up the middle and for a solid base hit, and it went under the glove of the center fielder. That kind of took the wind out of their sails. We scored 2 additional runs there. Stretch it out to 6.
Just back on the infield side.
But number 7's battling out at the plate there for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, no quit in these girls at all that you can see. And umpire's getting a little tight there. She's hitting her spots there, just a tad high, I believe, there. 2-2, 1 out. Sharp hit ball down left field side, but foul. Callie quickly over to retrieve the ball and get it back in. And heard what is a good little ride over from Screven. They're making the trek back home tonight, or they're staying here if there is a game 3. I haven't heard the coaches say. That ball just out of the reach of Paxton and just out of the reach of Marley there.
Mm-hmm. Great effort by the second baseman. She's dirty too.
Yeah, she's out there. She's going to take over the Union when Madison graduates. Number 4, Peyton Ward, the Lady Gamecocks second baseman, coming to the plate now. Another one of their fine slap bunters. As we saw earlier, one of the dangers in that is stepping on plate or stepping out of the box, going after the ball like that. I don't remember who it was on Lady Gamecocks that got called out for that. Just a bit inside there.
What a play by the shortstop, and
just missed a double play there.
Unassisted double play, as she makes a great snag as the ball is. I was just calling it a base hit there until I saw her glove just snatch it up.
Mad Dog got over there and got to it. So 2 outs now here in the top half of the 7th inning. 6-run lead for your Lady Raiders. Looking for out number 3 here to close out game 1. Again, Paxton getting stronger as the game goes on.
Great pitch there.
Yeah, just painting that outside corner. A squibbler up there to
This should do it, Shane.
second base, and that's your Lady Raiders take game 1, 8-2 in 7 innings.
Yeah, what a game. Again, these Lady Raiders, they don't get too high. They don't get too low. They play great defense. They obviously hit the ball, play some small ball, hit with some power in some unlikely places. And they have taken care of business here in game 1 of 3 potential games. We'll be about 25 minutes away from game 2. Be prepared to join us. We're going to go off air here in just a few minutes after we wrap this up. And we'll be back on air and probably be about 15 or 20 minutes for the second game. So those of you that are logged on, you'll need to kind of kick yourself out, go back to the main website or click on the link that you chose earlier through the emails, or go back to our website at the NFHSnetwork.com, search for Bacon County High School, and it'll see current live events. And you should be able to jump right back on for game 2 here at Lady Raider Field as we win game 1 of the second round, Sweet 16 of the GHSA State Softball Tournament. We congratulate our Lady Raiders for that. They're going to take a short break here. You'll see them come out and get them some snacks and candy bars. It's a little crazy. I don't know. They mingle with the crowd. I kind of like it. I really do, because it just keeps them light. Like I said, they just kind of mingle down here. We'll give you a little shot of that as the Lady Raiders come and do that and see their families, boyfriends, whatever, and do that. So we're really, really proud of the crowd we have here. For those of you who couldn't be here, we're thankful that you're watching live online with us or on demand later. Once again, my name is Brent Johnson. I'm here with Shane Bennett and a crew from the Engineering and Technology Department at Bacon County High School as we bring you all things Raider Nation here on the NFHS Network. And Shane, you got any closing thoughts? Or
Well, I think the standout player of that game we'll call was Emmy Harper with the grand slam there early in the game that kind of broke it open and changed things around and just kind of gave the Lady Raiders the confidence they needed to take out and go ahead and win this game. She's done a great job at the plate thus far in the playoffs period and the region playoff, so we're going to give her player of the game that first game. But we're looking for bigger and better things in game 2 from all our Lady Raiders. Hopefully we can make it a short one and take out the brooms and sweep these Lady Gamecocks from Screven County and head on to Columbus for this Elite 8. And we will now go into a quick break, or not a quick break, but a break in between games, and join us back here for game 2 of your Lady Raider softball.